everyone, Justin McCrone again. So basically, a lot of people have been asking the same questions when leading off conversation. What is your minimum credit score and what is your interest rate? Now, these are both valid questions, but when it's the first thing that gets asked, I know that the person I'm speaking with needs to be educated a little bit. And that's fine. That's what I'm here for. I love having conversations. I love having people reach out, and it's my job to educate them on the mortgage process. The first thing I want to talk about is the minimum credit score question. I like to explain to people that qualifying for a mortgage is a lot like sitting on a chair. Essentially, a mortgage is comprised of 4 legs, just like a chair: income, credit, collateral, and assets. If you have all 4 of those strong going for you, you're gonna be sitting on a really sturdy chair and you're gonna have no problem qualifying for a mortgage. If you have 3 of the 4, then the chair is still gonna support you. We can still probably qualify you for a mortgage, but you may not get the best rates or terms possible. And if you're deficient in 2 of the 4, that chair is gonna topple right over as soon as you try to sit on it. So while our minimum credit score may technically be 500, if a 500 credit score doesn't have a large down payment, good debt ratio, and is buying a high quality house, then they're probably not going to get approved. Conversely, if somebody has great credit, they just haven't been able to save up for a down payment, we can probably do a loan for them as well. And then when the first question I get is, what is your interest rate? That's indicative to me that the person I'm speaking with really just doesn't know what else to ask. I like to use the analogy of a tailored suit in this case. Sure, you can go to Kohl's and buy a suit off the rack, but if you want something that's gonna make you look really good and fit really nicely, you're gonna get a tailor-made suit. Now the good news is, unlike walking into a haberdashery and having all of your measurements taken, the cost of a tailor-made mortgage is actually going to be less than you would pay going to a big national lender or onlinelender.com and just taking a loan off of the assembly line there. And when people discuss rates, they never talk about how many points they paid, whether they had a government loan or a conventional loan. What was the best mortgage for your neighbor may not be the best choice for you. Or the best mortgage for you today may not be the best mortgage for you a year or 2 from now. That's why it's important to also do an annual mortgage review. Your loan officer should be reviewing your file annually just to make sure that there's not a better option in place for you now. And then my second response to the interest rate question is, well, what good is an 1/8 lower in rate going to do you if you don't close on this purchase on time, right? Or you can't access your loan officer or get up with them on nights and weekends when you need them. And finally, Atlantic Coast Financial Services has been in business continuously since 1996. If we didn't offer competitive rates, we wouldn't have been in business that long. There's always going to be somebody cheaper, but cheaper just isn't better. But if you want to know your rate options today, give me a call.